Now we're going to replace our front cover. Now when we replace our front cover, we have to make sure that we put the wires back into the A-board, which is attached to the inside. We're going to line the wires up and start to put them in. You can see that the plugs are pin counted and pretty much for the most part color coded. This is a very tight fit since it's a smaller machine, so viewing will be a little bit harder here. We'll take our time and try to fit our hands in there and very gently take all the plugs and put them in. The only plug that is not color coded is a black plug that has 2 pin holes in it. That will go into a white outlet. And as we start to connect the wires up, it gets a little bit harder. Now that we have all the wires on, we can start to put the front panel back on. Start from the back, fit it around the balance, and start very gently putting it together. Make sure that all the clips are locked in together, up by the front, where the front meets the rear by the needle bar area, and on the back. And we can see that we have it together for the most part. Now we have to start putting the screws back in. So there is already a screw at the very top. Check it to make sure that the gaps are all good. And tighten the screw at the top. We'll replace the white cap. And now we're going to tighten the screws on the left hand side. Put your screwdriver through the lamp bracket, being careful not to crack it, and tighten the screw directly in. Go up to the top, lower your take-up lever, and you can see a screw at the very top. And very gently tighten that one as well. Now you can see the free arm had a small gap, so we push that together. And we're going to take a smaller screw here, and we're going to put it into the casting. This way we'll have no gap, and it will hold the end of the free arm together. It is important to use the smaller screw. If you use a longer one, it will interfere with your feed system. Now we have one more screw that goes onto the bottom. Now depending which machine, it could be that you had to remove the rubber foot instead, but this one happens to be the screw. Now we double check all gaps, make sure everything is nice. We're going to put the needle bar in its highest position. We're going to check our bed cover. Make sure that the feed dog drop switch is over the arrow. Put it over the arrow. Our feed cam is out of the way since our needle bar is up high. And we're going to start to gently slide it on. We're going to start putting the 2 smaller screws into the legs first. Please make sure to use the correct screw. If you use a longer one, it will pinch through the top, either putting a dimple on it or just break through the plastic. We got the 2 smaller screws in. We'll put the 3rd screw in, followed by the last screw. Now we want to check the feed dog drop switch to make sure it's working properly. We can see the feed dogs drop, put it back up, and we turn the hand wheel and the feed dogs engage in the up position again. Check our hand wheel, everything's turning smooth, and we're done.